Hey, what's up, guys? I'm gonna put a couple videos together over the next couple weeks. I figured I would just do a review of my setups for fishing, um, and just give my honest review and opinion on the stuff, on my gear. I just want to make it clear I am not a professional. I'm a weekend warrior. I'm not sponsored by anybody, but I do like one brand. I really do. I've been fishing for 15, 20 years, and I fished different brands throughout those years. You know, cheap stuff in the beginning, and as you know, the years go on, get better and better stuff. But you know, I just wanted to make the review of what I'm into now, and what you normally always have been into, and that's it's Daiwa. I really like Daiwa. I've always liked Daiwa. I've had, you know, not the cheapest stuff, but mid-grade. Obviously, you know, mid-grade means to me $60, $80 reels, you know, $60, $80 rods. And, you know, you could obviously spend $500 to $600 a piece per rod, per reel. And, you know, that's not my budget. But what I really wanted to go over was mostly the Tatula XTs, the rods. These things are for $100 a piece. These things are beautiful. So I have 90% of my rods are XTs. This one here, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. So this one is 7'3" medium heavy, and obviously brand new, never even used yet. Waiting for the reel to come in, but this is going to be for my my top water setup. So with all the XTs I've been matching them up with the new Daiwa Tatula reels. These are the SVTWs in different gear ratios. Mostly I have 7 to 1s. 7.1 to 1s. I do have 8 to 1 or 8 to 3. Yeah, 8 to 1. I have a 6 to 6.3, I believe it is. So throughout each video, I'll go over each setup, what I use it for. I live in Connecticut, and right now the bite's been pretty good. The weather's been funky. Hasn't really been that warm. Mostly cloudy, cooler. But I've been catching some real good fish. Really good fish. Averaging 3 to 4 pounds plus every time, and I don't want to jinx myself, but it's been good. Been catching them on numerous ways, so I'll go over that. But figured I'd just give you a review. Again, I'm not a professional. My setups are definitely not the best. They're not the worst, but my opinion's my opinion. You know, how I set them up has been working. Obviously there's multiple ways of doing everything, but this is my way. So I'll break it down. The first rod I'll go over with you guys, the first setup will be my Chatterbait setup. All right, and I'll go over the rod, the reel, the color, all that stuff, the line, just to give you guys a heads up of what I do. And then from here on out, I'll just put out single videos of just a different setup after that. So follow along. If you don't, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, please subscribe. That'd be great. Throw a like, throw a comment. Obviously everybody has their own opinion. If you have an opinion, throw it down. See what it goes from here. So we'll start off with the Chatterbait setup and move on until I finish everything I have. All right, guys, so just like I said before, I'm gonna go over my Chatterbait setup. And just to be clear, like I said, you could use this rod for multiple styles of fishing, but I specifically have this set up for chatterbaits, okay? And right now, I'm sure just like a lot of people, I've been hitting them hard on the chatterbait. Up north in Connecticut, I've been throwing the just the regular Z-Man chatterbait. I don't throw the expensive Evos or the jackhammers I do have a few, but 90% of my arsenal is the regular, original $4.99, $5.99 Chatterbait Z-Man. And the I throw a 3/8 ounce Chatterbait, and I throw it on the 7-to-1 gear ratio, Tatula SVTW, and I throw 12-pound fluoro. Now, some of you might think that's low. I will tell you this, that I plan on going to 15, but honestly, the reason why I'm throwing 12 is because I had one more spool of 12 I had to use up. So I threw it on here, and I'll tell you what, it works. I've been pulling up, no joke, 3-pounders, 4.5-pounders, 4 3/4 in grass, pulling them out of hydrilla. Personally, I get a little nervous on it, but it works time and time again. 12-pound fluoro. Got the drag. I don't have it maxed out, obviously. Just a little bit of relief on the drag, but it's mostly geared pretty tight. And I'm throwing that, like I said, so got the line all spooled up. Just so you know, if you guys ever see people taking their line and twisting it around their eyelets, it's for good reason. So when you're on the boat and you have multiple, I'm trying to do this with one hand, but if you have multiple rods on the deck, it really relieves from getting tangled. So let me unhook this. I'm doing this all one-handed, so bear with me. Like I said, I'm throwing it on a 3/8 regular original Chatterbait, silver blade, bluegill color, and I'm throwing a Strike King Rage Craw, I believe, and they've been smoking it. Honestly, the hook's been bent out a couple times. Been through a couple of Rage Craws from getting torn up, but this color right now, the bluegill with the Rage Craw, I believe it's green pumpkin. Not 100% sure, but that's what's been killing them. Throwing it along docks, throwing it out in clumps of hydrilla, shallower water, anywhere from 2 to I'd say 6 feet, and they've been hitting it hard, honestly. So I'm throwing that, like I said, on a 7-to-1 Tatula SVTW, 12-pound fluoro. I throw Cigar and Vizex. I really like it. Here it is right here, actually. Well, this is 17, but the Cigar and Vizex, I think it's solid. Solid brand, solid, And the rod is the Tatula XT. Let it zoom. 7.3 heavy. 7.3 heavy gives me enough length to send it out there far. The heavy, obviously, to horse them out of the weeds. Even though with this 12-pound, it's a great setup. I have nothing bad to say about these Tatula XT rods. For $100, you cannot go wrong with the quality of these rods. Again, I am not sponsored by Daiwa. I love Daiwa. I've used them for years. These reels, these are a little more on the expensive side, but I think it's like $220 a reel, give or take. But that's my setup for chatterbaiting. And like I said, I will up it to probably 15, but don't be afraid to throw 12. Some people have their own opinions. I don't know. I just feel, and I know from experience, I've horsed some big fish out of weeds, under docks, and just make sure your drag's decent. Make sure you got a good knot and decent line. Obviously, different brands are different quality, but that's my setup for chatterbaiting. So hopefully you guys find this to be useful. Braking system, just so you guys know, I think it's on 9, and it's the perfect setup for chatterbaits. So if you got a little money to spend, you want to update your gear, you can't go wrong with Daiwa. Honestly, I love it. It's been great for me, and I don't plan on using anything else. Thanks, guys.